So hi, my name is Ev. Welcome to Buddy is in Charge. Today we are in County Wicklow and we're at the Devil's Glen Forest. There are two walks here. There is the Waterfall walk and then there is one which is a woodland walk. So today we're going to go and do the Waterfall walk. So hopefully you'll enjoy our little ramble. So the waterfall is a looped walk. And this is going around the Vartry River, and the woodland has got beech, ash, I think it's Sitka spruce as well, but it's mainly deciduous. So on we go, and I'm not sure which way round people go. I'm going clockwise. I'm sure other people will be going anti-clockwise. But yeah, it is a very interesting spot. I'll tell you more as we go along. In the meantime, enjoy the views. Ravens above. So yeah, haven't been here now for years, so it's nice to get out. They've obviously been doing an awful lot of clearing as well. That's the way we came up, just looking around out toward the Irish Sea. And we come to a little outcrop of rock here. This, I believe, is a Cambrian rock. And then we're obviously on the Red Trail. And then an old dwelling going on up into the hill with a stone wall beside it, obviously a yard of some kind. But yeah, see a lot of these old buildings around Ireland. Sure, there's plenty of history to it. Got slates in there too. So yeah, on we go. So it does say that it would be wise to wear boots, hiking boots along this trail, so I'm wearing my sturdy boots. And I've got my warm trousers on, fleece jumper underneath a rain jacket, because we have actually had a few showers of rain as we drove up this way. Every so often you will actually find benches with some inscriptions on them, but they're actually quotes, because this estate used to be owned by the family of the playwright J.M. Synge, and when they lived here, this whole place would have been private. Now obviously now it is now made public, and you can hear the Vartry below. So we're going to carry on this way, the waterfall sign, and on we go down. It's stunning here in all weathers. So this is about a 15-minute drive up to a 1 hour south of Dublin City. and you drive down to Ashford, County Wicklow, and then head up towards Roundwood, and you'll find this little spot. So the other literary connection or connections with this area is that William Butler Yeats would come here, and also more recently the Nobel laureate Seamus Heaney, and there is a walk dedicated to him, which we're not doing today. We'll do that the next time we're here. And with him, so he actually rented a cottage here and wrote quite a lot of sonnets, and they're called the Glanmore sonnets. So for those people who are interested in their literature, we're walking around at the moment what inspired him and inspired J.M. Synge and William Butler Yeats, the poetry, the plays and the novels. And this is where they drew inspiration from. There are also some natural sculptures in the woodland. We've just clambered over some trees, so at the moment it's not accessible for people who need wheels. However, anybody with families so far definitely is accessible, but wear good hiking shoes or boots. I'm running in the dark, all around the eyes of animals glittering. Every so often we go through these arches, obviously blasted through, and on we go. So the name Devil's Glen, well, there's two options, and you can pick whichever option you wish. So the first one is from folklore. Now, in County Wicklow there were many chieftains. Well, that is fact, that is historical fact. However, one of these chieftains, his daughter, did not appreciate the, I suppose, attention drawn to her by the devil, and because of that, the chieftain of this particular area was given to the name of this, because he decided, as in the devil decided, to throw a tantrum and create this glen. So that's one. And the second version is because the Vartry River, when in spate, going over its waterfall, would create an enormous sound. And that was before the Vartry was dammed and it was the Roundwood Reservoir was created. So you can take your pick of those two. So it's either the devil himself picking and throwing all the rocks to the side, or you can go with the more plausible reason, the Vartry River flowing over its waterfall in spate. So there were mines in the area, and that to me looks like work stone. Being close to Randwood, which is the highest village in Ireland, the rain falls quite a lot, especially when the cloud is down. So it's raining quite heavily at the moment. It's not too bad because we're still under the shelter of the trees. But yeah, the going's going to get a little bit slippier coming down here because there are areas of smooth rock, and then of course the slippery leaves that are still breaking down from the autumn. But isn't that just stunning just at the moment? Isn't it beautiful? And the Vartree below. Actually yet to meet anybody along this trail. We've been out for about 40 minutes now at this stage, and I haven't seen anyone. It must have been cold here last night because there's plenty of icy patches. That's the reason why I'm kind of like keeping my phone in my pocket at the moment. I'm glad of my boots today, to be honest with you, because there have been a few stretches which have just been pure ice. So Buddy is enjoying himself, as you can see. Normally you can't get him out on days like this. But when I was putting our travelling bag together, it was sunny and bright. So he seemed to be quite happy to come with me. Another tree trunk to cross. More storm detritus that's blocking the river at the moment. So obviously now we're up the riverbank. We're going to go up this way a little bit further, up towards the waterfall, and then we're going to go back to a junction we've just passed where we were crossing that tree trunk, and we're going to head back on the lower route. And again, you can't smell when you're watching this, so the best description of it: earthy. Like if you pick up a handful of earth in your hands and bring it to your nose. That's what the surroundings smell like today. background. So now we are going to retrace the steps a little bit, and we're going to head back down along by the river, and we'll talk a little bit more about the history of the estate. Just thought that here you could really see the V-shaped glacial valley, and my car is parked way up that hill. Some interesting defence work there, obviously a track the other side. There are areas where a pair of hiking boots are definitely necessary today. So as I was walking along here, I was thinking about, say, wheelchairs. You'd need an adapted wheelchair, even just to get up along this path. And this is the better of the two that I've been on today. So, yeah. Now this walk is about 5 kilometres or 3 miles. The other one is just over 4 kilometres, which is about 2.5 miles, I suppose. And that's the one we'll do the next time we're here. But it's still trotting on quite happily. We're still going downhill, and it is raining quite heavily at the moment. There is a bit of snow on there too, because back at the waterfall I noticed that there were a few flakes. So certainly higher up in the mountains there might be a dusting of snow later on this afternoon and into the evening. So no wheels are going to get through that. So it will take a little while for the forestry people team to clear it up, and I'm sure it will be pristine for the summer months. Another piece of art. So we've been out on this trail about an hour and a half now, and I just met my first people. There's 2 ladies with an absolutely gorgeous, stunning dog with them. So we're not that far away now for the car park. When I get back, I am absolutely saturated with the rain. So quick change of clothes, jump into the car, put the heating on maybe, and then have our picnic. These benches will be lovely in nicer weather, but I don't think Buddy can get much wetter at this stage. He hasn't even been in the river yet, but yeah, on we go. I think we've got another tree to clamber through by the looks of it, or maybe not. I think so, yeah. We will have to clamber through another tree, and then we go uphill. Well, this one isn't as bad as some of the other ones. I had to get through a limbo dancer with one of them. As you can see, hiking boots are a necessity today. Now, and yeah, we're going uphill. And we're saying goodbye to the Vartry River for a while. As it's now privately owned, We can't go that way, but that's the side of Glanmore Castle. Nearly back to the very top of the ridge again. And one thing that I thought was very nice was that when I got up here, I still had my data on. So this area is called Merry Meeting. A merry meet is pagan. Basically, if one pagan person meets another, they say merry meet. So I'll take that as my clue and my inspiration for today. I have been so blessed with a wonderful walk. I'll be back in the car. This is where we say goodbye. Thank you very, very much for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Maybe dry, maybe wet in the garden, or maybe up a hill somewhere. Thank you for watching.